Hello, my name is Mrs. Dixon and I am one of the teachers at Wyndham College Prep School. This presentation will cover what reading and phonics looks like in reception and how to support your child or children at home. So firstly, what is phonics? Phonics is one of the primary building blocks of reading. Phonemic awareness is the understanding that words are made up of a variety of sounds, which we call phonemes. It is also the relationship between letters or combination of letters and the sounds that they make, the phonemes. These skills are then also applied in writing, supporting the children with spelling. Phonics and reading at the prep. We have developed a carefully structured, systematic phonics programme that enables the children to progress through the phases at an appropriate and progressive pace. The phoneme sounds are introduced in groups, which are not in alphabetical order. For example, the first 4 phonemes the children will learn in reception are S, A, T, P, which is S, A, T, P. The reason why they're taught in groups and not in alphabetical order is that the children can then start word building and blending to read words using the first groups of phonemes. So even by just learning those first 4 phonemes, the children will be able to have a go at reading or building the word sat, for example, s-a-t, or even tap, t-a-p. Our goal at the prep is to provide our pupils with the phonetic knowledge, word recognition, vocabulary and comprehension skills for them to become independent readers who read for pleasure. So what's covered in our phonics sessions at school? We use Jolly Phonics songs and actions to support the children with their learning. We say the sound, the phoneme, associated with the letter shape or combination of letters. So you can see on the left-hand side there's a poster of a snake. When we introduce the phoneme S to the children, we show them this poster, which has the letter shape S on it, in both capital and lowercase. We teach the children an action to go with it. We get them to weave their hand in an S shape, like a snake, saying the phoneme S. We also teach them a song to help them remember the phoneme. We teach the children how to write using the correct formation, and we practice hearing the phoneme in the beginning, middle and end of words. We then move on to sound talking and blending those sounds to read words. We'll then move on to segmenting, which was when we would chop up the sounds, the phonemes in a word, to be able to spell it. So for example, the word rat, we would segment it, chop it up into r, a, t, so that then we can have a go at spelling that word correctly. So how can you support your child at home? It's really important to pronounce the phonemes, the sounds, really clearly, and not to add an at the end. For example, long sounds, such as would be and not m. To give you some more examples, s, f, are also long sounds, long phonemes. Short phonemes, short sounds, would be t, b, d, I, g, k. Be careful not to add the on the end. For example, when you are sound talking sat, if you were to say s, a, t, this would make them blending those phonemes together to read the word, or to segment it for spelling difficult, because it sounds like there are more phonemes added to the original ones. If you're unsure how to say any of the phonemes correctly, there are lots of YouTube videos to support you. Also, you can speak to any of the staff at school and we can advise you on how to pronounce those phonemes correctly. A few activities and ideas that you can do at home to further support your child. So have a go at sound talking instructions. Say to your child, it's time to get your k-o-t for coat or h-a-t for hat. Have a go at getting a bag and calling it a phoneme bag, a sound bag, and finding things around the house or outside that start with a particular phoneme. So, for example, if you were going to focus on p, you could put a pen, pencil, a toy pig, a pot, a purse inside your phoneme bag. You could also play phoneme I spy. So saying to children, I spy with my little eye something beginning with t. So using the phoneme rather than the letter name, and see if the children can work out that you are looking at a tree. Clapping out each phoneme in a word and then counting out how many they or you can hear. So for sun, you would clap them out s, a, n. So there are 3 phonemes in the word sun. S, a, n. You could play odd one out. So saying a selection of words and seeing if the children or child can work out which one does not belong. Bin, bat, hop. Hop would be the odd one out because it does not have the phoneme b at the beginning. Tricky words. Tricky words are words that have to be learned by sight. They cannot be phonetically sounded out. For example, the word the would not be read as t, h, e, because if you were to blend those phonemes together, you would not get the word the. And go could not be read or sounded out as g, o, because if you blended those phonemes together, you wouldn't get the word go. A new set of tricky words are taught to the children at each phase in phonics. This then allows them to be able to read simple sentences. So the word though, the, and go would help them to read sentences with those words in. Comprehension. The goal of reading is comprehension, understanding what you are reading. Reading it's important that it's in context, by using the pictures in the book and questioning to support your child's understanding. So when your child is reading their reading book at home, for example, don't cover up the pictures and just focus on the text. One of the skills in reading is to use the picture clues to support them with their reading. And if they're using the pictures to help them, that's absolutely fine because they're reading in context and using that as a support. So at Wyndham College Prep School in reception, the children will each get their own phonic keyring. This will be then kept at home, and each week your child will bring home the phonemes that they have learnt in their phonics sessions that week. These will then need to be added to the keyring so they can be kept all together in one place. You can support your child with their phonic learning by practicing saying the phoneme, the sound, doing the action linked with the phoneme, and having a go at some of the suggested activities on the keyring. When each individual child is ready, they will be issued an appropriate levelled reading book to take home. When a new book is sent home, the title will be noted in the child's reading record book, and if this text has been introduced, been read with an adult, then a comment will be left. Please support your child at home by reading their reading book more than once so they are getting more fluent with their reading and getting a good level of comprehension, by asking also the questions on the bookmarks that we all provide to enhance their understanding of what they've read. When you have finished with the book at home, please comment, initial inside their reading record, bring it back into school, and we will change the reading book for the child. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you have any questions, please do speak to a member of staff at school. We are here to help. Thank you.